Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting Radio. EB Radio. EB Radio. Your station for empowerment presents Mom Boss Talk Radio, a show that brings real life, real moms, and real experiences to empower mom bosses everywhere to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless. Mom Boss Talk Radio begins now.
Welcome, mom bosses all over the world. It's another amazing Thursday, and that means it's time for another great discussion with the mom bosses. I am one of your hosts, Monyetta, and Jerisha will be joining us in future episodes. But baby, let me tell you, today is special. Okay, I have a guest. Okay, when we talk about empowerment, when we talk about moms on a mission and doing all the things, she embodies all of this. Okay. And today we have Cortney Ewing. Okay, she is a certified hair loss practitioner and an associate trichologist with an abundance of knowledge in her field. Okay, she knows what she's talking about, people. She's a founder and CEO of Aruka Hair Loss Center in Iowa, a soon-to-be author. So definitely stay on the lookout for that informative piece because I will be looking for that. Okay, and she's a devoted wife, a spectacular mother of 5, a solidified entrepreneur, and just an overall beautiful energy. And I adore her. Hello, Cortney. How are you doing?
Hello. I am doing great, and I am definitely appreciative for this opportunity. And thank you for having me.
Yes. So we're going to talk about, and I came up with this kind of like these like little categories, right? Because when we look at motherhood, we always think about balance, okay? And especially if you're an entrepreneur, balance, business growth, and what advice you can always provide for other mothers out there. So I'm going to ask you a few questions and just, hopefully your story and your journey will help someone else out. Okay. So the first question is, how do you balance entrepreneurship with being a mother and a wife? And that includes handling time management and having a support system.
Yes. So having a schedule is one of the best things you can do for yourself, your family, and your business, for everything to flow cohesively. Figuring out when you're your best optimal self, whether it be early morning, late night, lunch hour, figuring that out and just kind of building your schedule with what works best for you and your business and your family.
Yeah.
Um,
Go ahead.
I have a really strong support system. My husband, he is my rock. He is like the best. I also have my mom and my stepdad and my granny, good old Grams. Everybody is
Yeah.
like really supportive, and it all helps. It all
Yeah.
helps.
That definitely, and moms out there listening, it does take a village. If you have that support system, you are, you're doing great. Okay. It's going to help you flourish. And if you don't have that support system, there are a lot of resources. There's moms out there that's in similar situations. You can definitely reach out to these groups and things of that nature, just like Mom Boss Talk Radio on Facebook, and we will be your support system. Okay. But I really enjoy, knowing that you have people behind you and backing you up in all aspects of your growth. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And with handling time management, um, with having that support system, I know it's easier. Well, I can't really necessarily say easier because sometimes it's not as easy, because you are balancing and wearing so many hats. So with time management, do you have any like any apps that you use, or do you have like methods that you use in order to balance everything out?
I don't have any apps that I use, but I definitely go off priority. I
Mm,
figure out what has to be done either that day or that following day, rather it be next week, just figuring out what has to get done and when. And
yes.
that goes all apart into that scheduling, I feel. It
Okay.
yeah, just your figuring out what is first priority, what has to get done today, what has to get done by tomorrow, or what has to get done by next week, and put your list in order off a priority.
Yeah, I think I absolutely like that. And I think that's where I am right now in my growth is finding the things that are more important. I find myself um using notes more often because I usually I usually like just do like little sticky notes or something, but I'm like, no, I need to get it more organized and having, some type of plan or um, like you were saying, like just writing down top priorities is very important. So moms out there, top priorities. Okay. And if you don't get everything on your list done, it's okay. Okay. As
Yeah,
long as you hit those important things for that day, you are winning. Okay.
yeah. Because if you're trying to work on too many things, or if
Hmm.
you're on so many things at the same time, I found that didn't work for me because I never got one thing finished. I got a lot of progression in these little things, but I didn't finish anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. That's wonderful. So my second question is, what was your motivation to creating your brand? Like why did you choose hair care? Was it a personal experience or something that you witnessed that kind of motive or pushed you toward that industry?
So my brand is Aruka hair loss. Aruka means healing and restoring in Hebrew. I practice a little bit of Hebrew. I'm gonna have it down one day. Uh, so yeah, so it means healing and restoring in Hebrew, and that's really what I aim to do. I want to heal the body from the inside out and restore the hair. That's my thing. It comes from, and I chose this because hair loss runs in my family. So I grew up seeing it actually, and I've always had a thing for hair. I remember in middle school and high school, my family would come to me to do their hair. I was just the hair girl. Like, should I wear my hair like this or like that? I'm like, oh no, I think you should go with this and that, whatever it may be. Um, and then I started doing um, outsiders' hair, and I came into more people dealing with thinning or hair loss, and they loved their hair after I was done, but it wasn't really what they desired. What they desired was their hair growing back, and it just really piqued the interest. I'm like, I wonder if there's a way to grow hair back. I mean, I even started losing my hair around the same time my daughter was pulling her hair out. So it was kind of like a domino effect. It was just like all
Mm,
this stuff. So then that's what really piqued my research. So that's why I chose hair care. Um, and
yeah.
that's what motivates me.
Okay.
I'm really intrigued with what causes hair growth, what causes hair loss, and really just figuring out how to turn it around.
Yeah, I like that because it's like you're taking something that, you've experienced and turning it into something, beautiful and helping, women and men and whomever needs that type of healing. You're definitely you have the insight because you've experienced it. And I think a lot of businesses that kind of go that route of experiencing something and now they want to find a solution for it, I feel thrives so well because they've been kind of engulfed in it, right?
Ye- Yep, you've been through it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know how the client feels. You know what exactly it is they're going through. Even if they don't say it, you know it because you've been through it.
Mm,
So I
yeah.
think that helps a great deal.
Yeah. And that kind of goes to my next question of like upon your research, how has, hair loss affected the community and what impact are you trying to make? Especially since you've experienced it, like what is your overall look or your impact or what impact do you want to leave?
The impact I want to leave is first and foremost bringing awareness to the trichology field.
Mm,
I talk about trichology to so many people and I get that blank stare like, what are you talking about? What is trichology? And to put it simply, trichology is the study of the hair and scalp and different scalp disorders. Like that's what it is. We are the bridge between cosmetology and dermatology, basically.
yeah.
And the research that I've done, I mean, before slavery, there were certain styles and stuff that we would do with our hair, depending on the tribe and stuff that you came from. The styles were different. If you were depending on the age of the woman, if she was married, if she wasn't married, like those kind of took a like that was that determined your style, basically.
Yeah.
Then we go through slavery, and a lot of times the women had to cover their hair because it may cause the white man to stare, or they didn't really have any utensils to really do their hair with, or they had to make their own. And
Yeah.
then um, going to the Jim Crow era, then we have segregation. Media's telling us what beauty looks like. So now we're perming and excessive heat and just trying to get our hair straight like the white woman.
Yeah.
Um, and
So
that
you
has, go
so
ahead.
sorry, so your overall is just to have, especially the Black community, to fall in love with their hair and to embrace, you know, what was given to us naturally, and to help us, overall, know how to maintain it properly and to help it, flourish and grow.
Absolutely, 100%. And then for those who have or like is losing their hair, whatever, gain back that confidence. Get your hair back and gain back your confidence and take back your power.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely love that. Like going to, especially the Black community, of falling in love and healing properly, from the inside out, and understanding um, your hair. And,
Mm,
we just like, our hair is like a plant. You have to water it, you have to love it, you have to nurture it, you have to do all of those things in order for it to flourish. And, with the lack of education over the decades, and I think now we're coming more into terms of understanding our hair a little better. Um, it's, that is something that's definitely needed in the community. Someone who has that knowledge and to kind of bring that to the forefront. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
thank-
So,
Absolutely. Yep.
mhm. So the next question I have is, what obstacles have you had to face to get where you are in your career? And if you could change anything on this journey, would you, and what would it be?
Ooh, nice one. Um, so I have sacrificed a lot of time that I
Mhm.
could be spending with my family. Um, that has been like the biggest obstacle. And just like money being an issue and just being on that grind, um, that also takes away from the family. Like I am cleaning toilets and stuff. Like I am literally grinding,
Yeah.
like hustling to make my dream come true, like for real. Also overcoming my self doubt, not believing in myself, growing personally, and then all the changes that I've had to make. Those were really hard, because you're brought up a certain way and you're kind of used to it, and to find fault within what you're doing, and holding yourself accountable and making that change,
Mhm.
that's a tough one, but it definitely has to be done. Like having a sleep schedule, you don't want to have less
Yeah.
sleep. Like that affects you in different ways that can hinder your body and can pull you backwards. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, the overcoming myself. And for things that I would change, this one, I don't think I would change anything. My mistakes, I learned a great deal from them, and I think about that saying, if you never fall, how would you ever know what getting up is like?
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't change anything. I'm grateful for this journey that I'm on, and I'm grateful for all the lessons it has taught me.
That's really good. Yeah, definitely, if you're on a entrepreneurial journey, there's going to be ups and downs. And I too, I don't necessarily regret or would change anything, because like you were saying, it's lessons. You're learning as you go. I mean, a lot of people who are moving or starting to get into this space, they're so unaware. Okay, a lot of people haven't been to business school. A lot of people don't know the ins and outs, so they're kind of learning as they go. And then sometimes businesses fail, and it's just up to you if you're going to keep pushing and keep going. If you see yourself um in a certain life, just to keep pushing, because you're already there. You just have to work your way to get to you, okay, to get to your
Absolutely.
successful state.
I
So
love that.
yeah,
Absolutely.
to your successful state. So it's like, you're already there. It's just a matter of starting to, them steps to getting to that. And you've come so far. And just watching you, I applaud you and all of the things that you've been doing. So I would ask, like, what advice would you give our mom boss audience when it comes to balance, business, and growth?
Okay, so my advice for balance: have a schedule. Have a schedule, or you're definitely gonna come have some problems in the family life, your personal life. So definitely have a schedule. Know when you're working on your business. Know when you're working with your family.
Yeah.
Uh, Grind and hustle for what you want. Like, get it out the mud if you have to. Like, your every small step is toward that big goal that you got going. Um, Another one, stay a student. Don't
Yeah.
ever stop learning. Don't ever call yourself a master in anything, because there's so much new information being brought out. There's always something you can learn. Definitely hold your authority, but
Mm,
understand you can always learn something. Like, you can always learn something.
yes.
Um, and read.
Mm,
Read has been my jam lately. I've been learning so much about myself. I've been learning so much about my path. I've been learning so much about business. Just read, stay a student, grind, have that schedule.
yes. And like I mentioned this on a lot of other past episodes that knowledge is power, um but if you don't utilize it, it's kind of a waste. So it's like, definitely continue learning and soaking in all that information, because you don't want to go in blind. You really don't. This entrepreneurship is not a joke. It is it's very hard, but it's fulfilling, right?
Yeah.
So, you don't want to just jump into it head first, because both of us from experience, we've jumped in head first and we hit our
Yep.
head, okay? We
Yeah.
hit them hard. So we know we've experienced it, and now we're in a stage where we had to slow down, and we had to really look at everything and what we wanted, and we had to learn. We had to kind of go back to the drawing board. So
Mm.
wonderful advice. I really appreciate you coming on. Can you tell the audience where they can find you on social media and how they can book a consultation?
Oh, well, yeah. Um, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok at Aruka Hair Loss, and that's ARUKAHHAR. I mean HAIRLOSS. I know y'all got those last two, but
Yeah.
the But and then you could book an appointment on www.arukahairloss.com. You can message me from any of the social medias, or you can just email me at support@arukahairloss.com.
Yes. See, that's amazing. And definitely, if you have to, if you're in Iowa, definitely reach out. Even if you're not, still reach out. She may be able to walk you through the steps of, healing and caring for your hair properly. Also, check out Facebook. We're always posting at Mom Boss Talk Radio on Facebook. We are now on Instagram. So definitely make sure you go over there and, support, support, support. We're all about support, resources, and doing great things. And moms are really, a powerhouse right now. But I'm very happy that you joined, Cortney. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we are very glad that you tuned in. We are Mom Bosses on a mission to empower moms all over the world. Mom Bosses, remember to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless. You are making moves. You got this.
Thank you for joining us on Mom Boss Talk Radio. Follow each of the Mom Bosses on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you love Mom Boss Radio, visit the website at www.envisionedbroadcasting.com. We'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give a review on iTunes. Until next time.